Sure. Let me zoom into this. Let's zoom in and just have a quick skeg at this. Now, I'm just gonna fill in some of the blanks in the background. So, obviously, Dr. Disrespect, well known in the gaming sphere, especially in the streaming, and he was streaming over on Twitch almost constantly, almost what's the word? Exclusively. And Dr. Disrespect all of a sudden was released from Twitch with immediate effect, with no specific reasons why. And up until now, no one's really known in the public arena what actually happened. Everything was tied up between lawyers and NDAs. And neither Dr. Disrespect had actually mentioned anything, neither did Twitch, and very few people actually understood anything to actually make any kind of like definitive explanation of why he got banned. But obviously, it's all come to light after a ex-Twitch employee decided to spill the beans about obviously sexting minors over on when he was on Twitch, and as a result, all shit's hit the fan in terms of sponsorship pullouts. Some of his close streamer buddies have all taken a step back and said, nope, not getting involved. And he's been certainly paraded around the interwebs and called everything under the sun. So he's made a statement. And what we're going to do is we're going to crack through the statement, and then we're going to just go around what are our thoughts, feelings behind it, what do we actually think about it, and we'll jump into some of the other kind of like commentary that I've seen, especially over on Twitter with regards to it, because there's some salient points there, and there's obviously some impropriety that's happened. But whether or not it's a case of, yes, he deserves to be cancelled and shot and ejected into the sun, or is it a case of there's some impropriety, he's owned up to the impropriety, he shouldn't have done certain things, but everyone's gone fucking balls deep and taken it down a completely different route. So, the Twitch ban. So let's go for this. As you know, there's no filter with me. I've always been upfront and real with you guys on anything that I can be upfront about. Always willing to accept responsibility, which is why I am here now. First and foremost, I do want to apologize to everybody, as well as my team, everyone in Midnight Society Game Studio. A lot of people have been left in the dark about what happened yesterday with Midnight Society and I, and we made the painful decision collectively, and this is the important thing, collectively, to have him step down. The team is full of incredibly talented and good people that have high career ambitions and family, and I'd never want to jeopardize the culture we have crafted. Everyone has been wanting to know why I was banned from Twitch, but for reasons outside of his control, namely lawyers' NDAs, I was not allowed to say anything for the last several years. Now that 2 former Twitch employees have publicly disclosed the accusations, I can now tell you my side of the story regarding the ban. Were there Twitch whisper messages with an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes, and it was actually later edited. Minor wasn't actually in there originally. He later edited it and put minor.
I think it was originally in there. He edited it out, and then he edited it back in.
Yes. Right, got you.
Yes.
Yep.
These were casual, mutual conversations that sometimes leaned too much in the direction of being inappropriate, but nothing more. Nothing illegal happened. No pictures were shared. No crimes were committed. I never even met the individual. I went through a lengthy arbitration regarding a civil dispute with Twitch, and that case was resolved by settlement. Let me be clear, it was not a criminal case against me, and no criminal charges have eever been brought against me. Now,
I mean, he's
from
clearly guilty, you guys.
Well,
clearly guilty.
I mean, the thing is that, sarcasm aside, clearly he's discussing things with a, I believe the girl was 17 at the time.
Yes.
And you've got to be careful in some of the languages. You've got to look at it from both sides, because where you're reading these were casual, mutual conversations that sometimes leaned too much. What's the definition of too much? How is that being defined right now? Is he going all the way? Is he talking about stuff that I would say whoa, you want to calm your tits? Or is it actually just playful banter that can obviously happen between any male and female? We don't know.
I think the main thing that the big question is that we still haven't got an answer from is how did he find out? Unless it's been already have been discussed, is when was the point that he found out that this was a minor? Because that changes everything in terms of
correct.
Someone whispers to you, you're talking, and then you just start being creepy, hitting on it or doing whatever he do, and then all of a sudden at some point did it go like, was it slipped out that like I'm a minor, and then it's just like, whoa, delete, like I'm done?
Right.
Yes.
Or did he keep going? Like much as people don't want to, they want the extreme, it's this or this sort of thing, we still haven't gotten the information about how he discovered it was a minor. Because if it was a minor, then I'm sure we'll get to this talking point at one point, is Twitch says no minors are supposed to be allowed in their terms. And that opens up a whole nother can of worms.
What I find fascinating about this, I reckon he found out after the fact that she was a minor, honestly, because there's no way that he would have engaged in that kind of conversation if he knew, to be perfectly honest with you. But then again, I don't know. I can't
That's the
judge
thing. Yeah,
guys,
no one knows.
so. And that's the whole he said, she said thing, which really bugs me about this whole debacle.
The issue is that we don't actually know what was said between them. But all we can gather from it is that he's turned around and says that there were some things that bordered on inappropriate.
Yep.
And could that have been, God, I'd really love to, screw your brains out? Or was it like, oh, I've screwed a few people, like that before? Maybe that person was talking about something that was inappropriate and he responded in kind, but it was nothing like groomy. Do you get what I mean? It wasn't like, well, maybe you should come back to, when next time you're in town, maybe you should come round, or whatever it is that groomers say. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, the candy van kind of thing. You mean?
Yeah. I mean, how many times have we tried owning ourselves a bloody fake ID that we can want to go into a bar and get pissed up and talk to fucking people? Happens all the bloody time.
Girls do it all the time.
Whether you're male or females, and I would actually say 9 times out of 10, it's actually more females that do it than it is males. Males, we just seem to get away with it a little bit more.
Females have older siblings.